This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. The stock I'm going to discuss today was mentioned yesterday for paid subscribers. And I have to say, even yesterday, the stock was extended. And yet we can see today, barely the next day, the stock is up an additional 35%, 30 to 35% today alone. So after yesterday's breakout alert, it's up an additional 34% today. Now I'm going to say something about what I've been seeing lately. A lot of stocks are moving. I mean, big moves. Big moves. In fact, let me begin by making that comment. Generally speaking, whenever you start seeing stocks just behaving irrationally, in other words, whenever there's irrational exuberance, that does tend to suggest the market's about to turn down. So that just something experience reminds you whenever you see stocks just bubbling up, taking off, they don't care, the market's not right. Or another way of saying is the market is kind of excessive and needs to correct. So let's not forget that there's also the general market feel, the temperature, the climate. And the more you see stocks just taking off without a care of prices, something's gonna have to adjust to the downside eventually, and it's gonna happen. So here's the stock I was talking about. Yesterday I was talking about the need to look left. So quick follow-up to yesterday's comments. We can see here this is a fresh IPO as of August 2020. Very fresh. Just fresh. I mean, there's no baggage. Everybody's happy. Right? Now, I should mention, you see this movement right here? It seems innocent, but that was the setup. Right there. That was the key indication that pay attention. There's something coming down the road. Why? Because this instrument was trading here at about 10, and in about 2 days went as high as 26, give or take. That move right there, that was the key, is the key. This means somebody, institution is very aware that this stock at some point is going to be trading here and potentially beyond. As I always say, they don't care about this sideways action. They don't care. What's there to care if eventually it gets here? Right? This is, to be honest, and might not be the best thing to say, but this is, retail traders are bothered by this sideways action. Why? I don't know, but they are bothered by sideways action. Now, if you knew for sure that this instrument trading in the 15s would have a chance within the next 12 months to trade close to 85, would you care how long it took in between 15 and 85? The answer should be no. And see, institutions don't care about that time, as long as eventually it gets there at its own sweet time. Anyway, let me emphasize it one more time. An instrument with not enough data shows you what it's gonna do, shows you that there's something. Should it clear that price level? Think of it this way. This is a period of excitement, extreme excitement. The market's kind of fighting over each other to see who can own this right there. And then it cools off. Now it cools off for a couple of months. So instead of kind of not being sure, why don't you just set a breakout alert? See what happens. So if it clears that period of excitement, this period here, if it can clear it again, then the excitement is back in the stock, right? So you buy it right there. That's the breakout. If it meets the minimum requirement, and of course it does, all the best ones do. By now you should know that. You got your RSI at the breakout here. By the way, you could have taken the breakout right there. A little IBD action. right? But more importantly, we care about the minimum requirements. So let's just take that period right there. You can see your RSI is good. We can see MACDs are good. And we can test the other MACD here. You can see eventually it gets there. Remember, we only need one of the MACDs to confirm. At any rate, it meets the minimum requirements for the ultimate Muathe breakout. But what's new? This is consistent. We know we actually do expect this. Now, the breakout level that I sent paid subscribers is this daily breakout here. And as I said, even when I gave the breakout alert, the stock was already above it. So I missed the previous breakout. It's going to happen because, as I said recently, lots of candidates. This market is full. I mean, overflowing with amazing stocks at the moment. Overflowing, excessive. And they are all great. And here's the funny thing, they're all moving. They don't care. Which, by the way, brings me to another point. This instrument had a huge gain yesterday here. And today, gapped up again. So we're seeing another example of why it makes sense to pay attention to the most powerful day-to-day movers. The most powerful day-to-day movers have a tendency to repeat. This is why they are leadership. They're in the leadership because they don't move at, 0.5%, 1% here or there. No, they just kill it. They move in the double digits, percentage-wise, day to day. Right? Because we can even see here another huge move here. Another huge move here. So let me take off those things. So let's take a look at this instrument. Big daily move here. Big daily move. Big daily move in terms of percentage. Big daily move here. Big daily move. Big daily move. Big daily move. Big daily move. So if you are watching the top gainers and are familiar with the top gainers day to day, you become aware of such potentials. And when you see the stock do something like this, as I said, it's a fresh instrument. You don't know nothing about it. You don't need to know much about it other than the chart characteristics. But at any rate, what I'm trying to say here is there are many ways to play the market for sure. 100%. But boy, if you are looking for momentum, if you are looking for the best of the best of the best of the best, every single market session, and by session I mean every year, as long as you are trading, man, I don't know that there's another method that can beat the momentum breakout game. And I'm sure there are methods out there, but the breakout game is where the action is, where people cannot stop themselves. Now think about it. Somebody somewhere was trading this stock right here. Now you'd ask yourself, why? But there you go. Something about the stock is making people buy it. And it's illogical. Actually, let's be honest, it's illogical. All of it is illogical, but then again, that's the market. I'll stop right there. Eric Muathe, Muathe.com. Love light, light love, and so it is. E-A-C-S. Namaste. Mwah.